I'm John Harwood with the New York Times and CNBC here on the floor of the Democratic National Convention at the Pepsi Center in Denver with Governor Bill Ritter of Colorado, which not only is the host state for this convention, but one of the key states in the general election campaign. Governor, let me start by asking you, we've seen in the polls that it's a very, very close race in Colorado. Who are the voters who are going to decide this race between Obama and McCain? Where do they live? And what is it going to be on? Is it personal factors about the nominees, or is it issues, and if so, which ones?
They are independent voters, and I would say even moderate Republican voters. They live throughout the state, but concentrated in the suburban counties, and particularly, well, even in Larimer County, which is around the Fort Collins area, northern Colorado, but really in Jefferson and Arapahoe County. They are people who are registered independent so they can vote for the person. We've seen this dramatic swing from really Republicans dominating almost every aspect of political leadership in Colorado to now Democrats dominating almost every aspect of it. The way we've been successful is by really appealing to them as centrists, as pragmatists, willing to tackle big problems, saying we have a different energy future. We're a big oil and gas state, but that doesn't mean we should have let our renewables go untapped. And so we're creating this economy we call the new energy economy. Barack Obama kind of comes out and makes a message to those independent voters about how he creates jobs, about how he describes a different energy future. I think at the end of the day, he wins like we've been winning in the West. We had a lieutenant governor who was African-American elected in the 70s in Colorado, and I really do think that being comfortable from the perspective of Barack Obama's African-American ethnicity is not such an issue. I think people who don't know him absolutely need to get comfortable that he has a real sense about middle-class, working family struggle. And if I think he can communicate, and his message is there, if they listen to him and he's able to resonate with them, then again, it's those independent voters in suburban areas that want to know he understands the middle class, he understands what they care about, and he's got a real way to address it.
One of the things that has helped make you successful in Colorado is you've gotten significant support from the business community. Obama has in fundraising so far, but some raise questions about his tax policies. He would raise taxes on capital gains and dividends on high-income Americans. How do you think Barack Obama can make the business community in Colorado, which has some effect on political outcomes, go to Barack Obama's side rather than John McCain?
Well, I think it's such a broad perspective. It's not just about business issues. It's about how do you really get the economy going. And the business community in Colorado, they care a great deal about my business policies, but they also care about education. And as a nation, we are losing our edge, our competitive edge. The next president has to address it, but has to address it with reform policies, not just slogans, not just, simple ways of thinking about it. And I think Barack Obama, again, can appeal to the business community in a broader way thinking about that. I know tax policy is important, so his message he has to be clear about what he's going to do, but at the end of the day, also just investment in infrastructure and education are things that the business community cares about and that he cares about.
Energy is a huge issue in the election nationally. It's been a big part of your governorship. When I've seen what you've had to say about energy, you say nuclear is a part of it, wind and solar are a part of it, biofuels and other renewables are part of it. That sounds, and also coal as well, cleaner coal technology. That sounds a little bit like John McCain's all of the above energy policy. Where do you distinguish Obama and McCain on that front?
Because if you look at it, Obama's also talking about creating an economy around it. He talks about the need to put 1 million hybrids on the streets by 2015 and to make sure those are American jobs where you create that economy. And I think that's absolutely important. And if I looked at his energy policy, the way he's talking about meshing climate as an issue with energy policy and in creating an economy around it, that's been our three legs of the stool, if you will, and Barack Obama is there. So, John McCain has reversed position on a lot of things that have to do with energy. Can't go into all of them right now, but people need to understand that. And what you could get is 4 more years of just George Bush's policies, which have been drill, 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 and they've been failed. They've failed strategies. We've missed great opportunities.
If you agree that drilling is not the entire answer to the problem, do you agree with McCain that it's part of the answer?
Well, I do, but I'd have to make this caveat because we're here in Colorado. The federal government's trying right now to write the rules for commercial leasing for oil shale. And this is part of their drill, drill, drill strategy. We're nowhere near writing the rules for that because the companies doing the RD&D, they can't say what the impact is on water. They can't say what the impact is on air or where they get the energy to use the technology that they're presently doing. So that's an example of not wholly endorsing the government's sort of drill strategy. There may be a great reason for looking at offshore drilling, but it is not about oil shale in Colorado until we know the impact, the environmental impacts on trying to tap that shale.
You've got your convention this week. John McCain has his in Minnesota next week. All indications are that this thing is close and may be close for a while. When is this election going to break and we're going to get a clear indication of where Colorado's going, where the country's going?
I think mid-September. I really do think there will be a couple bumps coming out of the convention, and then after that, a week or 2 weeks, it may be before their first dual appearance. Interestingly, in Colorado, we vote early. So the first opportunity to vote will be after October 5th. So both candidates, and I would really say, my candidate, Barack Obama, he's got to make his case in September, in September to the voters who are going to vote early. There's a lot of seniors that vote early, and that's a really important constituency in Colorado for Barack Obama.
How would you rate his odds of carrying your state?
Oh, I think they're very, very good. I really believe because of
50-50?
No, I think they're better than that. Because of our experiences here in the last 4 years and being able to appeal, like I said, to independents and even to moderate Republicans who are really, I think, disenfranchised with what their party is now.
Governor, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.